Hi, this is Brian. Today I'm doing a review of Burda 8135. This is my first video pattern review, so we're gonna see how it goes here. I made both views of this pattern. One of them is this one, which I've shown in a video before. This is a kind of a blazer style sports jacket, sort of type jacket. This is not really my style of jacket to be wearing. This is my first attempt at making a jacket with, you know, lapels and whatnot. And it turned out pretty good. I have to admit, Burda instructions are really challenging, to say the least. It is difficult. They don't give you very many pictures, and they don't use very many words. This jacket, the features of this jacket, it has this raw edge detail. I'll show you what the raw edge looks like here. See how it has these, and it has the raw edge along here. Of course, the pattern instructions don't tell you that your interfacing is going to show, so of course, you know, my interfacing shows. Around the pockets is raw, and there's the interfacing again showing. You could probably take a Sharpie and color that if you really wanted to, or you could use dark interfacing. I didn't pull the strings out here. When I originally sewed the darts, the darts on this jacket are cut open darts, and so the pattern just said to sew the darts closed. I didn't know what that meant, sew the darts closed. I didn't really know what seam allowance do you use when you sew a dart closed if it doesn't say. So I originally had sewed them closed with more of a 5/8 at the center, and that ended up pulling the jacket in too much here, which caused some weird wrinkles and stuff. The lining, the instructions for the lining were practically non-existent, so I didn't attach the lining at the bottom. The jacket's vented here in the back, but I didn't vent the lining, and I didn't attach the lining to the vents. I'm never gonna wear this jacket, so I don't really care. I don't really care about that too much. And the part, I don't remember what it's called, but the part that goes here across the back of the neck that you attach the lining to, the instructions either left that part out completely or I totally didn't get it. So my lining isn't attached here at the back. Overall, it's a decent jacket. It's, you know, I didn't have shoulder pads either, so I wasn't able to fill the shoulders out. I'm not going to make this one again, most likely. The other view for this jacket, this is the first time I made this view too. This is more or less a muslin. I'm going to use this pattern with this zippered up jacket for, I'm taking Kenneth King's faux fur class right now on pattern review. And so I'm going to use this for my fur jacket pattern. I like this a lot. This worked out really well. I used this kind of thick, kind of quilted plaid fabric, and because I'm going to be doing the original pattern doesn't have this as being a lined jacket, but since I'm going to be lining it because it's going to be faux fur, and the inside of faux fur is kind of scratchy and gross. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line the faux fur. So what I did was I made my own lining. This is the second lining I've ever done. The first lining was on this jacket and it turned out okay, but not great. This jacket, what I did to make the lining. People always think I guess lining's intimidating if you don't know what you're doing or if you've never done the lining before, but basically it's just the same pattern, just on the inside. It's just two jackets. I made the lining out of a vintage sheet, and I just used exactly the same pattern pieces and just sewed up the same thing. And what I did was I attached it, just on the inside of the collar here, and just down the zipper. I used the blue zipper because that's all I had. And I think the lining on this looks really well. This is the seam where I bagged it. This is the first lining I've ever bagged. I know that I didn't have any formal instructions on how to do that. Nancy talks about bagging her linings all the time. See, I could actually wear it inside out and it looks just fine. Since I have this, oh, my zipper's not reversible. Okay, I can't wear it inside out. I'd have to zip it up from the inside here. Because Nancy talks about bagging her lining all the time, so I know that you're supposed to leave a hole open in the arm and do some sort of trick where you pull the whole thing through the arm, the hole in the lining in the arm. She said the first time you do it, you end up making a pretzel. Well, I made like 4 or 5 pretzels before I was like, okay, midnight, I need to just go to bed and sleep on this. basically what happens is to doing it intuitively, where you put the sleeve in the lining, you know, you put the two sleeves inside one another and sew it. Well, when you pull it all through, you end up with, take this off again, you end up with your sleeves, the lining sleeve is coming around outside the jacket and it's attaching into the arm sleeve like this, so you end up with, you know, what looks like a pretzel. So I thought, well, okay, if that's what happens when I do it intuitively, what happens if I do it counterintuitively? So I basically figured out that in order to do it right, you have to kind of attach the sleeves, you know, end to end to begin with. Then when you end up pulling the whole thing through your lining in the arm, it all comes through the right way. So the only problems I had sewing this pattern, and things I'm going to modify for when I do it with fur. First of all, the zipper, I don't know if I can even zip it up this far, but the zipper, if I zip, I didn't really worry about matching the plaids because I didn't think the set jacket was even going to turn out. When I zip it up all the way here, I can get it zipped up all the way. I don't know if you can see, I'm about ½ an inch off here at the top. Oops, right here. This side ended up being a little bit longer. The fabric you can see here too. The fabric was a little bit stretchy, and I think I stretched it. Yeah, see the plaid's actually off the same amount. I think I stretched it a little bit as I was putting the zipper in on one side, so I've only done, this is only my second, you know, zippered front top like this, so I definitely learned a little bit on that. My first welt pocket, single welt pocket, the lining, this is the pocket bag. I didn't attach the pocket bag, and now I know why. When you pull your hands out of your pockets, the bag comes with you. But I didn't, you know, I'm not sure if it was because of the fabric I used or whatnot, but you can see the pocket bag, which, you know, that's fine because it matches the same as the lining, so that's okay, but I don't think you're really supposed to see your pocket bag. I don't know, maybe you are. Oh, the other thing I'm going to change is this pattern there's a lot of, you know, you have to do a lot of easing, and it has this kind of raised, I don't know what they call it, but it's, you know, I call it a puffy shoulder. They have a puffy shoulder, and because I'm not wearing shoulder pads with this jacket, it ends up being, this part kind of collapses a little bit, and it looks kind of a little bit, you know, see if I can get a little closer here. See, you can't, and it actually looks decent on the video. This part gets this is a little bit funny in here because there's extra fabric because I'm not using shoulder pads. This is supposed to, of course, to be kind of puffy here. I don't need puffiness on a jacket like this. So I think when I convert this into making the fur coat, I'm going to take the extra height off the top of the sleeve cap. I folded the fabric over, ironed it. I then glued the fabric, you know, folded over and glued that down. Then I glued the zipper on top of that, and then glued the lining on top of that so I could stitch the whole thing with one stitch going down with the zipper foot. Worked out really well, and actually I like that when you zip it, the zipper, let me show you, the zipper is almost completely hidden. That's not so bad considering my second attempt at doing that type of thing. And I like that, I don't know if you can see, but my lining isn't sticking out the back, and, you know, not bad really. I think what I'll do next time too is the only thing holding up the hem is the actual lining. I think what I'll do is I'll probably whip stitch this hem up so that it's a little bit crisper. On a plaid it looks worse because you can see the actual line, so you can see that it's maybe not completely smooth or straight all the way across the bottom. With fur I don't think it's going to matter at all. So that is Burda 8135. Burda 8135. I live in this picture, right? Which one? This one right here. He's wearing both jackets, one on top of the other. He's wearing, here I'll do it like the picture. He's wearing this jacket on top of the first jacket. How's that for a, oh, I don't even know how he did that. How's that for a layered jacket effect? Does he have the collar coming up? Yeah, he has this collar over the top of his other jacket. I guess that... Nice. So Burda, 8135. It's a decent pattern. The instructions are terrible. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.